sir. September 7, 10 a.m. Ooh, District Court. Courtroom number 1. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. Okay. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth, I better not show any signs of weakness today or he'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Ms. Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence. She committed this murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case. Your Honor. Oh. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshaw. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Oh, sir, my name is Dick Gumshaw, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Precinct. Detective Gumshaw, please describe for us the detail of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. Ooh. The body was found by this window right here. And the cause of that? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hand, sir. The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Floor plans added to the court record. Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Hard evidence? Whoa. Please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Witness testimony in Maya Fey's arrest. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why, you may ask? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. And that was it. The very moment, you say. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh. Ugh. Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on. She would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did, did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. Everyone heard it. What the heck? Exactly what about this suspicious woman in Pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss Mays isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't Pink, pal. What is she then? Blue? Well, I guess she is Pink. Okay, that's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? Um, I guess pressing can have its advantages. Yes. Gah. Sorry, I got the... Wait, hang on. Oh, this one is a bit like... Yeah, sorry. Okay. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. Here it is. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was a blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How you like that? That's my hard evidence. Okay, but what would the... Okay. I don't... Okay. First of all... Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor, why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? Maybe he's mixing things up because of pressure, jobs, and his job and his nerves. I know. I'm real embarrassed. I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. Got it. Hard evidence. Hang on. Just trying to see if there's anything I can point out. Okay. Clearly that's not it. Let's back. It's a bit of a stretch, if you ask me. Detective Gumshoe, Do you get a lot of cases where the victim actually writes the killer's name? Sure, it happens all the time in books and the movies. However, we're not talking about fictional things though. Let's talk about reality, shall we? I guess I haven't heard of many cases, no? Don't you find it a little odd that the victim would write down a name? Especially the name of her own sister? Yeah, like if they were killed, right? If they were killed, they would find a way to like at least they at least put some hint of who maybe the killer is, but not a like a bold name right on the people's face. I'm just saying. Actually, you got a point, pal. Stop right there. The witness' opinion on the matter is irrelevant. The facts are clear. The victim wrote down the name of the accused. The victim told us the name of her killer. That didn't go so well. That's right, what he said. Huh. So that's his whole testimony. Okay, there has to be a contradiction in there somewhere. So let's try to find it. Just because you found it next to the body doesn't mean the victim wrote it. Ho ho, then who did write it, Smarty Pants? Who? Who? Uh, the killer, anyone can see that? Huh, you're saying the killer wrote her own name? Body, please. She was framed. Hold on. If that's the case, where's your evidence? Ugh. I guess that was a bit of a tall order for you. Those without evidence shouldn't open their mouths, Mr. Wright. What? I feel like I'm being... Am I getting bullied here? What the frick? Well, detective. Let's see. Let's try here. This is so weird. Mr. Gumshaw, here you go. Detective Gumshaw, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim Mia Fey wrote this note, that she was accusing the defendant Maya Fey? That's really what you're saying. What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? No. It was clear as day from him that it came from him, that Maya wrote it down. Allegedly. Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? You have it backwards, detective. The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately, but no butting your way out of this one, detective. Ooh. Dang. 1 point for me. 0 points from Mr. Gumshaw. Well, someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When was it? The day after the murder. It was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being, that autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? How come? A second autopsy was performed yesterday at his request? That was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. Oh. No way. Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to read Maya. Well, why didn't he clarify it beforehand? The heck? He was just baiting me, isn't he? That is all. Damn, and short. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked? Something you want to say? The detective says shocked. How could you give me a faulty report? I thought... Detective Gumshaw, I'm disappointed in you handing him the wrong report like that. I don't know if he's my friend at this time or not, or we're just like ganging up to bully Mr. Gumshaw. You are at fault, detective. This isn't going to look good on your evaluation next month. I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. Okay. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests that the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's an obvious conclusion, yes. Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. Damn! This poor innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Innocent? Ooh. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? Witness your name, please. April May, at your service. Wink. An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Oh, yes, Your Honor. Ooh, this is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5 when the murder occurred? Um, I was like in my hotel room. Teehee. I checked in right after lunch. And this hotel is directly across from the pay and call offices. Hmm, that's right, big boy. Oh, sometimes my heart can take it when I when I use my gender. Hmm, that's right, big boy. Please testify to the court about what you saw. Hmm, witness account. It was like 9 at night. I looked out the window, and then, ooh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Whoa. Then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Woo! Okay. Then the woman with long hair, she kinda slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy wink. I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any. Wait, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright. What about my cross-examination? Have you forgotten that? I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fey's understudy. Were you not? I am. You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. What the heck? He's talking shit of my mentor? The hell is that? Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? Of course I'm doing it. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination, if only because I have a feeling. I have a feeling Ashworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. That was an odd way of like, it was like 9 at night. Like, why did she decide to look out the window at exactly 9 a.m.? I mean 9 p.m., sorry. Why? At exactly 9? What about at 9:01? What about 9:15? What about 9:30? What about 9:45? There's so many times to look at, but that was so accurate on her claim. Uh, let's see here. Why did you do that? Huh? Why? Like, why? Why did you look out the window? Were you expecting to see something? Exactly. Oh well, gee. What? That's it? She can't get out of this question that easily. I sort of, had a feeling. A feeling? Well, I have a feeling she's trying to avoid the question. Maybe I should press a little harder on this one. Go for it. You have all my support, mister. Let's see how far I can run with this. Surely you must have had a reason to look out your window at that time of night. Ooh. Mr. Wright, I will now have you badgering my witness. It's my turn to ask questions. Okay, this guy is so rude. What the heck? Badgering. You insist on needling her with these trivial questions. Well, I don't see any malice with that question though. Oh my gosh. That poor girl. Okay, I guess I'll take that. Poor girl, what about poor me? The woman with long hair, that was Mia Fey. Slender, sort of, well, some people might say pretty, if that's your thing. If that's your thing. Hey now, okay? I can't stand the slandering coming with my mentor. What the frick? She's pretty. Your thing. And the person attacking her? How do you know she was the defendant? Well, you know, she had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay? There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. Oh, stop it. Gosh, this man. He's right. I question the testimony. Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks? What? I'm willing to bet that you're lying. Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant? Okay, if you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. That's one way to put it. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis except her. Well, although I'm no expert on fashion, her her hair looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus. But so we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. I was there. I was also there, mind you. If they don't believe on my account, why not believe on Mr. Gumshoe? She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. And I guess the rest of the police who went there. What do you say to that, Miss May? What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling. Well, the gender is not enough to like pin it to her. Miss May, The court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony. I'll be a good girl. Damn, I almost had her. Okay, let's try again. I I I did see everything. Okay. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. To the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her. Bam! With that weapon. I saw it. I did. Should I pinpoint this?
Objection!
Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing. Revealing. Ooh. You'd like that, wouldn't you? Not the mystery lawyer. We're not talking about that right now. What the heck? You just said that the statue of the thinker was a clock, but there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. It looks more like a figure, honestly. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock, too. And he was found guilty of murder. Ooh! Wait. Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock?
Objection!
The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. Well, the important here is the smallest part too. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Trivial? The heck? Yes, of course. You will withdraw your questions, alright?
Objection!
But questions are all I have right now. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Same! We're showing off now, are we? Well, only once, but still that did count. Objection sustained. Okay. Ooh, okay, that was close. If he stopped me there, the trial would be over. What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock? What? That's because I heard it. Yes, I heard it. It says the time. How does she know that? So you've been to the law offices of Faye and Call? Obviously, to hear something like that would be mean like you wouldn't be able to hear it outside the building, because that was just like an alarm clock. I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room. She has such sensitive ears. What the heck? The law offices of Faye and Corp, where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. Am I satisfied with that? Not really. Well, I can't give up now. When I'm right on the topic, I'm not satisfied because it couldn't have wrong. Members of the court, it isn't inconceivable that the clock in question rang. It's empty. It's empty. That clock is missing its clockwork. I guess this is the right time to say about the phone, right? The phone call. The recorded phone call. I think. How could you possibly... Okay, just take a look right now. Ooh. See anything interesting? It is as the defenses. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have wrong. Therefore, this witness is a sham too. I'm kidding. It's a big, big fat liar. Same. Well, Miss May, quite a show you put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow, he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. And that is, indeed the clock is empty as you say. It can't ring. Mm. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? It was if it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. That's true. That is a possibility. Okay. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. Oh, and that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. What was the right? Can you prove when the clockwork was removed? I can actually. Impossible? Girl, I have a proof, okay? Wasn't you who told me proof is everything? Well, this one is full proof. Huh. Well, I was listening, and now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is... Take this. Okay. That's a very cute cell phone. Indeed. Oh, you have a girly phone. Wait. This isn't my phone. Listen. Oh. Recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. The defendant's cell phone? Oh, I guess he doesn't have any idea about this. This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it? The good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation, shall we? So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could. Ah. However, I should probably tell you the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? Wait, it's not working. Oh, that's lame. I had to take the clockwork out, sorry. September 5, 9:27 a.m. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded, which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Ooh. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock? Well, well, isn't it obvious? I saw the clock before. Before? Uh, what store was that again? I go to so many. She forgot. Well, because this was self-made. With the This was a special handmade by Larry. What the heck? Obviously, she would forget. So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defense have any objection? Yes. The witness claims she has seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well, let's see it. This produces evidence that will prove the witness had not seen the clock before. I guess let me repeat that again. Huh. It's simple. This clock was never in any store. Ever. A friend of mine made that clock. Only two exist in the world. Damn, it's similar to like those limited edition items, no? And the one that isn't here is in police custody. Impossible. Everything is sold in stores. Well, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Another point for Phoenix. Hmm. Ooh. I guess excuses are not on sale today, huh? Hmm. Oh my god. Oh! Your Honor? That doesn't look poor and innocent woman anymore. Did she just call me porcupine head? Oh my god. In her state, looking like an old lady? Sorry, that wasn't nice. But anyways, that stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? It does. She did it and she should die for it. Oh! Careful. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law and the witness will remain calm. Oh. Oh, silly me. Did I, like, lose it? You just did. I guess I did, huh? Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? I do actually. Okay, this is it. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because you had heard about it. The witness had never held a clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. She heard? That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she could have known that Thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof right now. Well, this is interesting. Indeed, it is. Show me an evidence proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock. The wiretap. Well, I found this in Miss May's hotel room, so this should be pretty interesting. For a pretty woman like her. Okay, have a look at this. I found this in Miss May's room. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Faye's phone, were you not?
Objection!
This is irrelevant? I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. Well, the way I got it was illegal, right? It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Indeed, she was. Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which it's not, you still have to prove one thing. Okay, did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah, I think I can. It's simple. What? Here's my proof. The proof that the victim said I could present the cell phone again, right? I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen one more time to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Miss April May, he used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong? Or am I right? I am right. I... This is ridiculous. Okay, but look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? Ooh, the defense demands an answer. Did you tap her phone? Miss May? Ooh. Whoa. Oh gosh. I guess uh I guess I hurt the poor innocent girl's feelings, I guess. So I'm the bad girl, is that it? Is that it? Oh, that did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. Why the wiretap? Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question. Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't TPT tapping her irrelevant? It's quite actually irrelevant. if you ask me. She's saying exactly what Edward wants her to say. Just say, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While this court doesn't condone the defense tone of voice, he has a point. Indeed, I do. Woe is me. Do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone? Like, what was the reason, though? I'd like to see her pull that off. Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil grin. You were probably thinking, I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you? Dang! Well, damn, she's good. Well, you're not the first man who's thought that. And of course I can and will. Oh my. Oh, you can't be serious right now. No way. Oh, way, I say way. Oh, and I assure you I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 at night, right? Wait, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy. Room service? Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold. Think I'm making this up. Ask the bellboy. Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder. Well, that was interesting. Sorry. So where does that leave us? It is my greatest pleasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's cell phone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder. No, they're going to let her just walk away. There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Well, does the defense have anything to say? Um, well, come on, think of something. Call the bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I think you've sunk in quite low enough already.
Objection!
I object to calling the bellboy. Why not? It's also part of the case, right? What's your reason? Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. You're not sure about that? However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. As much as I hate the idea, go for it. Condition. Well, if Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer. Hence, she is innocent. And thereby, you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. That is his condition, huh? Okay, let's call it. Deal. I'd better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Deal. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. Okay, what should I do? We're gonna accept the condition. It's already there anyways. Alright, I've got nothing to lose except for, well, everything. Understood. I accept your condition. Dang. Hmm. Fool. You fell right on my into my trap. We'll see about that. Uh-oh. Um, very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're already... Oh, sorry. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. Uh, isn't he being judgmental right now? What the heck? Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. Okay. The thesis style looks rather heavy, so without further ado... Well, the witness may begin his testimony. Very good, sir. Miss May, room service. I am the head bellboy at the Pine Gate Water Hotel in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course, and I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. Oh, I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Right, I'm ready. I hope. This is it. If I can prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, Maya will be done for. Let's see here. You are sure it was Miss May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Yes. As in so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Well, when I brought it, when I brought this room service, sir, she, the guest, sir, favored me with an embrasser, sir. What is embrasser? Is that French for embrace? Oh, shocking. It's French for kiss? Ooh. But not a French kisser, more of a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor. Prim demeanor? It was a moment I shall never ever forget, sir. Damn. Okay, I guess he got enticed by her. Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. Maybe that was her trademark, you never know. It's so good. There's nothing there. I- Is that it? Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. Um, it was a bit tedious. Hold on a second, he mentioned them. So there was more than one person in that room. Protest. Wait, please wait. Yes, does the defense have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question.
Objection!
Your Honor, I'm a subject. This charade of justice has gone on long enough. The trial isn't done yet, though. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright, Mr. Wright. Alright, Mr. Wright, I'll give you one more question, that's all. Okay. This is really it. Now, this is my last chat. What do I ask him about? Room service, bed making, check-in? About the check-in? Tell me about the check-in. Tell me about when you checked in, Miss May. Oh, alright. Very well, sir. My first thought was that she was a beautiful, beautiful person. Not like that. Oh my god. She's just my type of girl. So it was a disappointment, really? I see. Huh? Wait, excuse me? What exactly was a disappointment? Well, I may not without charm, sir, but even I'd have a little chance with her lover there. Whoa. She was with someone. What did he say? Oh, rather quiet. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Did Miss May check in with another person?
Objection!
Okay, that was rude. I was in the middle of. Ugh, never mind. Objectionable? Objection overruled. Same, Ashworth. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. Didn't I kept pressing him on every statement he had said? This is sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Ah yes, quiet indeed. It was the er good barista there, Mr. Edgeworth. Who what did he just say? Edgeworth has something to do with this? What the heck? He asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. Wow, okay. You fool. Well, that was embarrassing. I've done it. I've won. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man. Correct? Yes, sir. Then when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room. That's right. Ooh. What the heck? Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright? Who is the other person? So you want me to spell it out for you? Simple it was. The man with Miss May. The man who checked in with Miss May. As has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that doesn't clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. My, what a convenient little setup, but it's too late. How is that too late though? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court. Ooh. Upstart amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. How so? What the? I don't know, Ashford. I don't know. The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and the defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes, yes, Your Honor. That is all today for the trial of Maya Fey. September 7th to 24 p.m. Mr. Wright, you were amazing in there. Really? Am I? I think I might be your US fan. Fan? Oh, I was just doing my job, you know. Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool too. Huh? That face of his with his eyes wide and trembling lips. Did she just say that she admires Edgeworth's look? That face? Anyways, it sent shivers up my spine. Oh, okay. If you say so. So what happens with me? Do I get to go home now? Hmm. Well, no, I don't think so. Not yet. Oh, I see. But I got a great lead in today's trial though. A lead? You know that man with Miss May? He's the key to all of this. Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that anyway? I heard they arrested her. I guess just learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, This gate is far from closed. Yes, sir. I'm going to find more about this man. Do you think he was the one who... Hard to say. Well, maybe so. Sis. Look, don't worry. I'll find him by tomorrow, I promise. I'm counting on you. I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial for tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. A testimony added to the court record. I don't know how much good this will do me at all. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to set her free. To be continued.